Good afternoon, everyone. We'd like to take this opportunity to welcome each of you. This is a wonderful, wonderful occasion that we're here for. The groundbreaking for this fire station. We've been in the planning and the works for a long, long time, but we're glad to see this coming about. I do want to take just the opportunity and have each of our elected officials raise their hands. We would like to recognize those elected officials that are here from the county and from the city. If you'd raise your hands. Thank you for being here. And again, I'm Clyde Barnhill. The mayor's on vacation this week. He took off. He just had to go someplace and spend some time with his wife, so he's on vacation. But it is my pleasure to welcome each of you here. And I'm going to turn the program over to Eric Stuckey. Eric is our city administrator, and he'll cover a lot of the details of this fire station and how it's gotten here and how it's a joint venture between the city and the county. And probably that's one of the highlights of this particular location is the cooperation that we've had between the city and the county, and the fact that we've got two different operations here, closely intertwined, but two separate operations here, and we've been able to build and been able to incorporate those into those. So I'm going to turn this over to our city administrator, Eric Stuckey. Eric?
Thank you, Clyde. Good afternoon. It is a great day to be here and to celebrate the groundbreaking for Fire Station number 7. It's been a journey to get us here, and I want to cover just a couple things that help bring us here and to this location. We can count here at the City of Franklin, and we do realize that we built Fire Station 8 before we built Fire Station 7, but that's okay. And we had a plan and have been working that plan and made some important adjustments. As many of you will remember, in August of 2014, we had a tragic accident out by the interstate and at the interchange and the two bridges at the Goose Creek bypass. That destroyed those bridges and really created a challenge for all of us in terms of how we were going to deliver vital public safety services. And I will compliment our partners, our friends at the county for the work that they provided in that very day, working with Mayor Anderson and Bill Jorgensen and the public safety team at the county. We were locating a fire apparatus right here at the Ag Center so that we could provide those services to the east side of the highway, because with those bridges out, we no longer had connections in the southern portion of the city. So as that progressed, we realized the importance of building on this side of the highway. And working with the county, we were able to form a partnership and obtain this land at the southern tip of the Ag Center. We were able to also extend sanitary sewer services that help serve the Ag Center, helps take the truck stops, its failing system off, and put them on the central system as well. So we did a lot of good things in helping obtain that, and then arrived at this as the location for Fire Station 7. In the meantime, we built a temporary station. We've got essentially a double-wide trailer that our folks operate out of in a pole barn, and we appreciate them working out of that over the last 2 to 3 years. And we're looking forward to replacing that with a permanent station. So this partnership has been critical, and we want to recognize that. And I want to ask our chief, Chief Garzarek. Rocky served us for 15 years as the leader of our fire department. Have him step up and talk about this from his perspective, and then we'll have the county say a few words in a little bit. So, Chief?
Thank you, Eric. I would like to apologize. Scott Speedy couldn't be with us today, but this is his ward area. And but this fire station in general will protect the the Berry Farms, the Ladd Park areas, the I-65 corridor, and will be second in to many more areas on our south portion. Also, it's the first fire station that we have that's on the east side of I-65. Also, I'd like to recognize Mike Cherry, who is our design professional from Renaissance Group. They developed and designed Fire Station number 8, our prototypical fire station design that we use here in the city of Franklin. And the modifications to that basic plan, we added the EMS component off of one wing of the building. Also, we have Chad Elks cannot be with us today. He's the project manager for Southland Contractors. And the on-site project manager will be Tim Elks. So let me talk briefly about how we went about naming this street. We have designated the name of Brunacini Way to represent Alan Brunacini and his legendary service to the fire service. He was the former fire chief for the city of Phoenix, Arizona, and retired from there. And the legacy he left for the fire service is immense. And so we felt like it was only proper to start looking at legacy people in the fire service to start naming our streets and roadways, particular to our fire station design projects. I know I have Mayor Rogers Anderson, and as Eric spoke about earlier, the last time I had to call Mayor Anderson was about 6 a.m. on that date in August of 2014, and immediately we went to work on putting the fire station, put a contingency plan in place, and had a fire station up and running out of the Ag Center that morning. So without his help and guidance in that, this whole thing couldn't have happened as quick as it did. And so I'll always appreciate our relationship with the county from that perspective, and my relationship with Mayor Rogers Anderson. So Mayor Anderson.
Well, thank you. The real reason Mayor Moore didn't come, we had a contest to skateboard off from there, and I'm sure he would have lost. So on behalf of the county and the city, I think it is important that we acknowledge the partnership that exists within the city. This is just the next one. When you go back, some of you have got gray hair like I do. You acknowledge things like Parks and Recreation out in Fieldstone when we got started with that. Then the Marriott is a prime example of the conference center of how a city and a county can work together to provide something, believe it or not, on that side of the interstate that there wasn't anything in those days. And then you look at even the Enrichment Center, something that occurred about a year and a half ago, the partnership to get the sewer in there. There are just so many examples of Williamson County government and Franklin City working together to make it a better place for all of us to live and work. And here's another example by looking at the ambulance service that's run from the Williamson Medical Center side, and we contribute to that, and that'll give better coverage and better protection and faster service to all of the residents that need those services. I think it is important that we always try to work together when we can. We're going to have differences, and that's understandable, but at the end of the day, it's creating for all of our taxpayers because they paid for the dirt that we're standing on. So Eric, and to Mayor Moore and to Brad and all of the people putting this project together, I thank you. We hope that we'll be a good partner for you as the time goes on. We appreciate the efforts that you put in to make this work also. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Anderson. We're getting ready to break ground, but there are a couple other folks I want to recognize, and this is always risky because this is clearly a team effort, but there are a few folks I want to mention in particular. Mayor Anderson and his team, especially Bill Jorgensen, Alan Lovett, they've been great partners in all the public safety work we do, and a couple other places I want to mention where public safety partnerships are very much playing a critical role. Our countywide radio system is up and operational, and we're proud of that, and that's been a team effort as well between the county, City of Franklin, City of Brentwood. Also on the county team, I know Kevin Benson's been a great partner for us in working through all the different issues to get to this day. On the city team, I want to specifically mention Brad Wilson, his great work and leadership there. Paul Holzen in our engineering department really stepped up and helped us in a number of ways in working with this site. And then I also, on behalf of the chief, I want to mention a couple folks too on the fire team that have played a big role. Obviously, our deputy chiefs, Glenn Johnson, Andy King, And I want to ask Todd Horton. Where's Todd? He's hiding somewhere back there. Todd's going to retire from the city. And I'm not sure I'm totally in favor of this kind of city-county partnership, but Todd will be taking on the role of Director for Emergency Management for Williamson County. So he's still going to be serving Franklin, but in a different way. But we're so thankful for your leadership for almost 30 years, service to Franklin, and what you're going to do going forward. And you've played a big role in this station and where we are today. So thank you, Todd. All right, so let's break some ground. Come on up. All right, go get some dirt.
Get some dirt, Brandon.
There we go.
Kyle.
You want a coordinated toss? All right, 1, 2, 3, toss it. All right.